I'm not convinced it ain't no acting or accident what the track emits. You strapped with gas that you ain't even practiced with. The fact is, you couldn't hit the target the size.
Welcome to 3 Count Commentaries. This is your host, MagMongoSlade. Today, we're going to talk about Matt Striker being accused of sexual assault on Twitter by a fan and why that happened. Because he was talking up Matt Riddle at a show. So let's give you the full context of what occurred. January 6th, 2024. Matt Riddle is hired to come into MLW to wrestle Jacob Fatu at their Kings of Colosseum event. At that point in time, Matt Striker is working on commentary, and he has to put over Matt Riddle. So he decides to say these things about Matt Riddle.
He's from another world. How do you let this guy go? This guy is a star, a mega $1 million star. I don't care what he does. How do you let him go? This is our coup de grace right here.
Force is shutting it down.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The court of public opinion would love to see Jacob Fatu slap the taste out of Matt Riddle's mouth.
They'd love to see Fatu with a suicide dive.
But the court of public opinion does not convict. I'm sorry, I know it's the world in which we live, but it's not the case.
And this crowd comes alive for Jacob Fatu, at least in this moment.
They always do. They always do.
Riddle can be polarizing, but he's here because he is effective.
He can be whatever he wants. He can kick your ass.
Yes.
Anyone out there's got a problem with him, step to him out on the street and watch what happens. End the conversation, dude.
And oh wait, Riddle gonna go high risk?
And he can do that. And he can do that.
Springboard somersault senton. Riddle is feeling it.
How many mixed martial arts practitioners that translate to our sport, that transition to pro wrestling, do you know that can do that? None.
Matt Riddle is an anomaly unto himself. Cannot take that away from the King of Bros.
Matt Riddle is a special athlete in a special time.
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
Get caught! Back to the power bomb. Done. No.
How did that happen?
So there it is. You hear Matt Striker talking about Matt Riddle being a multi-million-dollar star and how the court of public opinion is not going to be able to convict him, that he can kick people's asses and do all this stuff, and he's an amazing athlete, yada yada, basically just generically putting him over. So wrestling fans, somebody, somewhere, was watching MLW and decided they were going to clip that audio and, well, the video actually, and post it on Twitter, and was saying basically that he being Matt Striker, pronouns pal, was trying to excuse sexual assault allegations that were against Matt Riddle. Like, look here, I'm not going to relitigate the Matt Riddle Candy Cartwright situation. I have videos on that. Go to the playlist, listen to it. We're going to talk about the reaction that Matt Striker got when he did two of the worst things he could possibly have done, which is, one, he acknowledged it, and two, he tried to apologize. He should have just ignored this, but he went on Twitter at 11:24. I guess the show was over, and he said this: playing a character isn't always easy, but getting the desired and necessary reaction is. I'm sorry. Then he later on says, I play a heel, bad guy, character in wrestling. It's my job to raise the fans' ire and their job to have their ire raised. Tonight, we all did our jobs. It's a symbiotic relationship. With that said, please remember that it's a character. My job is to get you to react. So then, of course, he was attacked all night. He spent the whole night going back and forth with people who are obviously trolling about MLW's viewership, about how MLW has any impact on the business. So you're interested in that stuff. Okay, so the guy, his name was Tripping Balls on Twitter. I forget what his ad is, which should tell you how serious this guy is. He says, you work for MLW, 75 people watched the show, and he was one of them because he was the guy who ended up using Matt Striker's comment for engagement. Matt Striker then responded, homeboy, MLW gives people a chance to prosper and grow. Life is about growth and patience. With regards to trying to disparage viewership, what's the point of that? Why come with negativity? What makes you so seemingly angry and unfulfilled? Let's talk. For real, for real. So this wasn't going to go anywhere because clearly he was being rolled up. So somebody else said to him, this feels like a cop-out for what happened. Since you were just in character during your commentary, what are your real feelings on Matt Riddle? Matt Striker responded, don't know him personally or in real life, only in wrestling. This was followed up by a different fan saying he doesn't understand why you need to know him personally to have a personal feeling on him. But we're not going to go there because it was quite humorous, actually. So in the middle of the night, a female wrestling fan, decided to accuse Matt Striker of sexual assault. She said, and I quote, I once had to push Striker off of me when he tried to put his hand down my jeans at an indie show years ago because he was cool with one of my friends and thought that was enough of a go-ahead. None of this remotely surprises me. Then this morning, or the morning that I am recording this video, which is January the 7th, Matt Striker said this, I've given this a lot of thought, could not sleep. My critics are right. I was wrong, tone deaf. Trying to use the guise of art or character portrayal is self-preservation. Thank you to those that shone light on this. It is now on me to stand in that light. I will be better. I mean, he's got to take an oath. This guy has been accused of sexual assault on Twitter, which of course hundreds of people believed it, whether it's true or not, whether nobody asked any questions. You know, how long ago was this? Where was this? Nothing. Doesn't matter. These people can't even prove that you were ever in the same room with these folks, let alone know them. And they just believe it. But that's the nature of Twitter. But let's stick to what we do know. And that is that Matt Striker was trying to put over Matt Riddle when he made his comments on the show. The point of the comments was that Matt Riddle is a special athlete and he can do incredible things, and that he is, very welcome in the MLW locker room. That was the point of this commentary, right? Now, did he mention any sexual assault allegations? No. Now, understand, Matt Riddle got himself into a lot of trouble in WWE. He wasn't just accused of sexual assault. He was also accused of being drunk in public when it comes to the airport situation. He was also accused of having sex with multiple porn stars and hurting their feelings. I think another female wrestler, this was something that David Bixen's banned because he never when he gets a hold of a story, he never lets it go. And he has an actual, I think the only thing that makes his penis move is Matt Riddle. And he posted a story about another female wrestler who said that Matt Riddle was changing clothes in the women's locker room or something to that effect. This was, of course, years ago, back before he was even in WWE. But it was brought up after he got released from WWE. So there's been a lot of stories floating around about Matt Riddle. And Matt Striker was not talking about anyone in particular. He wasn't talking about the Candy Cartwright situation. He wasn't necessarily talking about the porn stars. He wasn't necessarily talking about being drunk in an airport. He wasn't necessarily talking about any of that stuff. Now, he did say, I don't care what he does. That is implied in there that he's not going to go out and support Matt Riddle having a knife to somebody's throat and taking what he wants from them. Doesn't seem like that's going to be implied in commentary, considering we know that wrestling commentary excuses pretty much everything that the heels do, whether it's throwing fire in somebody's faces, kidnapping somebody's kid, or whatever the case may be. Heel commentators pretty much excuse everything. On a very rare occasion, does a heel commentator actually get upset about something a heel has actually done. That being said, though, I'm not even sure if Matt Riddle was even brought in as a heel. I'm not entirely sure what he was brought in to do. But this has viewed very negatively on Matt Striker. And now there's people saying that he's the worst commentator in the history of the business. Look, Matt Striker is not the best commentator. I can tell you that. We know that he was removed from WWE commentary after he marked out during the 2011 Royal Rumble. And he was also doing commentary for Impact for a spell. And then he got removed from there, and he also did commentary for Lucha Underground, but then that kind of died out. Now he's doing commentary for MLW. I don't think he's the worst. He's certainly not the best. So, but it's just he's somewhere generally in the middle. But he tried to excuse it by saying that he was in character, which is stupid. Matt Riker is an absolute fool for thinking that these kinds of fans who are putting words in your mouth saying that you were excusing sexual assault, those people are not rational. All right? People who are not thinking rationally, you cannot then try to pull kayfabe over their eyes. Oh, it was just kayfabe, bro. These people are crazy. These people are nuts. And you're going to try to pull the kayfabe card? Oh, I'm just being a heel, bro. No, you're not. You're dealing with idiots on Twitter. You cannot play that card. That's not going to work. You can't play the I'm just being a heel, bro. You can't play that with these people. And then you try to apologize. An apology. You think that's going to work? When has that ever worked? When has it ever worked that you were just going to apologize? You should have just ignored it. Now, apparently, from I don't know who, but Matt Striker also does commentary for Major League Baseball. And I would not be surprised if people did not try to contact Major League Baseball after these comments and try to get him removed from that job. But even if they didn't, which I can't be sure if they did or not, I can tell you what they did do. They went through his tweets to try to prove that he was a misogynist. They have a list of tweets going back to 2013. All of these tweets are about women, essentially. I'll give you some of the choice pieces that they decided to go poke out. When girls do the ice bucket challenge, they should have to wear a white t-shirt. This is from 2014. This one is their favorite. Trump as president would be awesome. Economically, socially, he'd be great. Stranger things have happened. Like, that's not necessarily a negative. And they posted it in here as if this is all the horrible things Matt Striker has ever done, because he has now upset the mob. And like bees, they have nothing else better to do. So they're going to go around here and make trouble for this guy. So here's some more of the ones that Matt Striker supposedly said that were really bad. Lastly, when did the heterosexual white male become the enemy? When did the ethnic homosexual become the hero? Aren't we all pink inside? That's from 2016. That was from 2016. The girls, if you have a tongue ring, please know what the first thought in our minds is going to be. That's from 2014. I don't mean to be misogynistic, but girls, if you're going to wear yoga pants, please have a butt to fill them out. Thank you. That's also from 2014. And I actually approve of that one. I agree. If you're going to wear tight pants, at least have a butt. Here's another one. He said, the lady at the laundry place is a staunch feminist. Today she'll be washing my meninist t-shirt. Doubt she finds it as funny as I do. That one is from 2015. Some girls just need to be grabbed and kissed mid-sentence. When I grow up, I'm going to be that guy. That's from 2015. There is more than a dozen of these things. You've probably seen them floating around, but this is what they're doing all night now, is they're digging through Matt Striker's tweets, looking for negative things to bring up and to try to ruin his life and career, or to just harass him. And that's the nature of the beast. You said something positive about somebody we don't like, we're going to destroy you. And also accuse you of sexual assault. Don't forget that. Matt Striker, he hit a home run, bro. He put over Matt Riddle in probably the most unrealistic way possible. But he was just being a heel commentator, and he put the guy over. This was clipped. Well, it's not really, doesn't really matter if it was in context or not, but it was clipped pretty much out of context. Spread around on social media, and then they went and found misogynistic tweets. They found somebody to accuse him of sexual assault. They outed him as a Trump supporter, and now they're going to ruin his life. Good job. And Matt Striker thought, I just apologized to these people. I'm going to say I'm sorry, and let's see how that works out for him, because I got a feeling ain't gonna work out at all. Thank you guys for your time. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.